Na yetra se say dia unim say Highway Sports on Promise Radio 102.7 and yede ebrana so yetra se free summary akopem se no nsia ebebo de ene entra na yemfa godie mu nsem a yaboabo no ena awie yemfa emremu afisem ewo ho yebekwa monone yefra monone ba badwafo betena se na oma pensen ni mu yede sempi ena ebremu ene anwumre wa bra the boss player Eugene Adu Poku striker aja akonya kese na odi etufa kopim se no nsia bebo edi dwumadi no ebeba na wie ye boss good evening
solo na bibia boko de achedi se bibia ye kama ma achiri kama
oh yes
nti
kaolandi na so kono ye show ketwa bi ntin ka o bai no aye show ketwa bi so na eja ye dia ha achiri
okay yesusa no na ye wo baby edidi wa Asaf market na omatuni din ensunyame ye
okay
ensunyame ye choba we omamanfo be kaya latter part of 80s early 90s no na eno ne choba na wo form pa wo kumase ya ensunyame ye choba ti ensunyame ye why
okay onze na wo office na wa hu say nsem hyehyɛ nkrofo anu ba o muntimi nyimpie onze nka ayi krade ese danger man krade obusa owie
danger ono danger no nsuro hwie o
ono obusa owie so ye also buy no nka wo so at least na wi ade
o na se ono se dia onye se nye na se Easter Christmas wa anye hwe wa ko Easter ba brochi ko be for so ansa na bi di wo nka so obakwa we de me report no my TF4 TF4 we report no my TF4 we nka so obakwa
Benjamin
hello sports after the who we so
Benjamin
huna mani o
bibia boko
nyame adom because o say yi bibia akwa ne ye boko de
nyame adom bibia
kama say the why say you know say we play mu ani
hey
we just so de ho agi
any brava
come on come
on me nka
I think I was saying no make amends now
as my can you can the kasipa you born again make catch
go
papa you be tough man who beto no eti baby aye
who is born again apostle you and now say that baby what's up me who ya na bona striker settle I can change na post
was it jai me de pade I want for ya do say we ya you achi nyina kama
ensu nyame ye maya de
ba won so rin connect e wa bra ye achira ye ba no ye seresere
o threat me ana
da bi ye ka asem oh threat say
is it a threat
de ka eno ansha me report wa ma bro kwa ene commander kodu am no mo be fa sisi e
mu kodi ho mo chire wo mo masa mfa me nko ho
eze mu ya den no mo ya den am efri sabe kwapim se no nsia bebo aye be sori dwumadi ni so no ye ka mo se perfect skin and body therapy omo etayechi ene de Highway Sports e ba nyom nko amuzu herbal clinic omo so eka ho bi ena fe OP wallpapers ena bosheba electricals omo ena aso ya se free sabre kopim se no nsia bebo aye de agudie mu nsem de ato ne din Highway Sports ya ties kwan so aye ni nyina ede ebebremo Solomon Carter ede ebewura manone se de da ne da oye no wi a afi abedwafo e wo fia wodi cat the danger man ba fo wanka sa so no ate captain siasia enka Lasan Saiza Kito e wo fia na afi se Obed onso e wo fia producers amutayachi emiede e ya agudie mu nsem ebremo e Samuel K Mensa afi e born again na the Piero we meba mi hu no
na de ye wantumi ama
the Piero ni o
da bi na de
akwa no stubborn no okay Clementino the darling boy and the sports lawyer babaisa na me bae ma babete na yibi kakra mani anye ho ai asa asem bi ase ade ato no so no asem na no den mani anye asem no ho nti
a whole story
no there be asem we dey no den enti omo nyina atachire ene de eye ensem no ba ensem ni bi ba twe ho nkomo ye ba fia Kumasi Asante Kotoko ni Nations FC gamer e course so e wo Babaya Sports Stadium e na wotwe ai twa mu abra game no ekoso na no Asante Kotoko shego bi ma referee na ball no but we ball na na offside
so you so class na
na offside ma Kotoko supporters ni bi HAC assistant referee no mo mo ye community referee so nya problem na ensem no kodi police for ensem ensem na free Kumasi akopie nkran uko GFA GFA security safety and security committee chairperson DCOP Lydia Donko ono na ese asem na kodi ne nsem na referee ene na assistants ni nyina omo so ye complain e de ma mamin ama se baabi ensem ne keka akono ani ne nhye da nyefe ni nyan nti ebeba na ya ba behwe eho ensem Asante Kotoko ultras omo so de krata kofi kesiem menhia se omo de adesrede eto opimso anim se Asante Kotoko bobokuo no omo hwe baabi atim ne ekona ekame se tim ne kwa na ekona chi nti omo sropimso se omo adesrede omo de tu nanim se ka onhwe na kana nananom se de omo si tim na chi because opimso de enti no anka onhwe na onye ni nyina kama emomo ene ewo dwumadie ne so no ye ne president Edema Kotoko ultras no ebedi nkomo on the show ba for say wo na on the story ne ba no pay na onim president Edema Kotoko ultras
minim omu bia kasa na minim so na president bia
president ne Michael Ajimedua
minina kasa
on the president Edema Kotoko ultras South na House of Folks so aso ya House of Folks supporters ni bi so the petition akwa board chairman say petition upon petitions and now baby come dey akoma the board chairman Togo afede say omosre na the dwumadi a wodi no mo ni je ho na mmom ade na efita na tuntum tuato a na esa asemo ya aba nti Dr. Nyawo Tamaklo na honorable Vincent Sowodote House of Folk new border omo ehwe ni mu se mbeko AGM ema ya puwu omo no campaign for mienu de omo sere bo chema so onyi omo mienu frim eno so ho nsem e wa ha ni nyina no yebedi ho enkomo e wo yedwumadi yesu we ni nsem bebre e na ya boabo no ayede Abraham na nwumrei e wo Promise 102.7 and afi Promise TV o share on Facebook Promise Radio on Facebook and I say Oyepa and Promise Post on Facebook ho nyina no obetimi de wonsem afa amya kan ewo dwumadie so ede amaye mo bibia akwa babiem yeda wase se wo do afidie na ato a Highway Sports A2 yede ani the United States of America yene president Edema Kotoko ultras sanyoma we intense se yebenya supporters group bia enye circles na omo hu se problem bi wo ho na omo de akoto opimso anim ne ultras so almost so won sem amodi akoto opim so anim yene Michael Ajimedua no president Edema Kotoko ultras no na edi enkomo Michael otimenka ya mo akwaba anwumrei edeba Promise 102.7 and na afi Promise TV. Hello Ajimedua hello Jibo otimenka ametonka se bibia bokode online na ase wo akiri kakra ase wo akiri same monitor wani mo mi hese ba clear afedie dem na America te say
ko ji wote ka say
ametonka demu pa
okay
America boko de
America ko America say juma ni ase
line ni twetwesi mayenhwe senka wo be chia wo ho a so hello Ajimandua
ya bo tenka
me to osu bezo wa country bay
no arraign na ma
em say same ho ne de ise koye normal call nti ese su production mo edu nti fa bi twatum sisi na ja WhatsApp no na enko kama ze uji ha no age ha no aka bom na ye bebre
double na nyabom
o say
double na nyabom
so di na adwuma ho
na dia na o you say the your crisis you be register you na for ba no ya na o tetrim
o di na adwuma ho solo dey dey so be ko na kakaka wa se atwa Michael Ajimadua no ha okay ese timi gina so Michael yezamu akwa ba biem
you what me can say
se de ba bia o gina se ka betimi agina ho a wo nhye kidi ankaye
pacha me on military base in tina emmanuel so
uyo soja ni on
yeah
tina yo bibia soja sem no okay Michael Ajimadua yensa ekutamokrata bia mode akoma the chief of staff menhia na yenya we dey yenkomu bebre wa beka wasem but offer the headline of a mu statement na mo say the miserable state of Asante Kotoko Sporting Club Sporting Club ada na what describe Asante Kotoko say the current state no miserable.
Okay, people me that say the kind chia yera kura yana think for say to the board diana the boy mbase one apam for ne that's a good na pia but for support this ultras ne mo mada pool which is Kotoko Global anyway it's phone yeah munya information here na sa communicate part of and I say as a follow up to initial command the akoto nanen through the chief staff say in case you say this is where Kakoto you say echo because for the past years when it comes to Kotoko decision taking appointment of individuals the back club I hear a certain part in that after 3 years that club nasa I reach progress and I say atiasa but we share modern terms of football administration one major thing is so paramount and I say it didn't in the club to quite a mere short aside local football when he said international football and other thing look at currently Manchester United so the Manchester United crowd pedigree and I said situation that compare Kotopa you could see that Manchester didn't work when it comes to things that a club should be doing as a professional club Manchester catch see clubs like Liverpool more Man City more everybody even Newcastle crowd at the same all because of what the lack of proper investment and investment and what was a acquiring the brace but what we are calling for is factor investment both on the personal side financial aspect so on so we are calling on and best person can time and can use trusted networks if a black club the moment that job security there we are granting you this number of years 15 years 20 years we are expecting this amount of capital to be injected into that lay down KPIs key performance indicators to this aspect of the club returns never save and as find into a trust fund on fambo team obra that is the way to go say it the top from boom say make up them state of the club now at the moment let me use wow any yare any from yare and allow to or run a club no for mention but we share the state of the club at the moment and I say what you say the BBC cry is and I say to yera ho a sebio na namoni mu anana woma and some fata udin po a good dinner cranium. This is what we are like yena as a body. And then trusting one yani a mother body which is called global. I am encompassing of all quarters. What you know, can say the entire amount can make me base on Manama, Bahrain. Anytime they mesh just PBA, Anya, one or two people like a fabulous. Which is here is Kokono, we are everywhere. The fan base, we are everywhere, we are global. On one didn't say, or better invest in a back club in so one near ye club free. It's not a woman. Now, media queen, Tino. Yeah.
Oh. Same MZ idea, yene direct na yonko. Papa. Utie pa.
Ni follow pa.
Utie. Okay, baba awesome. And some
cogent issues.
Here area so.
You bet dissect. So na ebi wo hono mo a menene ya adwen intoto. For instance, saying security of tenure. Ade ba ko edi kotokonya. Even it is 3 years, you are not sure. Say 3 years no kwa wan ga na wo di wie. And night hey. Abe clear okotu wo say one okay, wo say ni yare enye yefun yare. Enna enipa ko na woni yema yehu. Wo show bi na se na ni ya. So wo share space nko ade a utimi hu. You a successful football club in Ghana with 3 years as your tenure. Say you didn't feel me and somehow now build a good brand. Because football clubs today are structured in such a very competitive of the field of play.
Yeah, sure, me that's so send an American. Yes, you mean say when it comes to networking, right? I mean getting connections to big institutions, you know, when you cross the IMF, we can have what the past and some previous governments try to, you know, secure IMF facilities. So when it comes to extending the tentacles and also extending his links to finding suitable, and I mean the word suitable because again investors, they are new investors, right? We did it here, so I can say, and I'm say, bro, but now sure, the person doesn't need a standard of a proper football club investor. But Senana open up, right? Or J amount for to get the right investors to infuse some amount of money. Okay, I mean you can name it. Someone got something to say football clubs. You say the you can just mention an amount. You open it up. Amount for it. Are ways. Okay, I'm going to bring in like $15 million, $20 million for this number of years. We hear this security. We hear this assurance. So like getting that required, and I said the proper investor to come into the club, you know, to bring in this kind of money, to run the club the way modern clubs should go. You know, I think that is this is kakaya there to get an ending. Oh, okay. Email note that was sent on Good Friday. Yeah, if my memory serves me right. Yeah.
One time. Now, more.
People say over here. Meaning say earlier, Indiana network in Europe. Now, me can say this is not the first time I did say I got to Yena name. Okay, somewhere last year. Kotoko Ultras as part of the mother body now for Kotoko Global. This Loyal Red Army and then VVIP. Yeah, they a similar petition Kotu. And I'm sure that this is not going to be the last one, right? Other ones will be coming for say no. This is what Nana Unanuma, your war, Amanoni, Eyasi, Nano. This is what we want to bring before you. Say Nana, say no, modern clubs administration, say me, you know, say me, corner. Ayampa, Yana, you say, Nana, Nima. But we still say this is the kind of communication and I said the kind of discourse that we need to start having with him so that he will know, say, okay, this is the right way to go. Obi Arubeka say, oh, na say 2-4 say 2-4-8 yeah, club ne bills. Any bibia so enka yeah how no saying. Jibo, between you and I, you know that that is not the way current football clubs are being managed. Open source main case will need be but Obetini are holding on to how long? What you are here? Or two also projects near the Eston. Obetini in other areas. So when it comes to football, and the best would have been said or open up the club for investors. Now man Kasaba with laid down KPIs, you know. Profit never. This is how it should be administered. Maybe I set it up, trust fund. You know, you're pushing this amount of money into club infrastructure. You are pushing this amount into youth projects. You know, you are pushing this into management. That way, no, I'm a new and come out to for alone, but spread across market and its environs. That is what we are saying now.
Okay. Nti the di kind of mode kwa no response.
Oh yeah, we were giving assurance the best TBD from M24 and like I said yes, what the even in the Bible, right? When we said mamina ko judge name one so of course bomu so it got to the point that judge make us say let me give this woman a judgment, right? So first one, the second one, so I follow up, and there are series of approaches or measures that we are going to adopt to get the eyes and the ears of the team.
Okay. Anyway, Mochana Monterey, ambassador so.
Oh yeah, the train. There is another approach that we also use.
Okay. Now, you need to go to Koi. Nanumu open so. Asia board or mutuamono. Or the two monim say or the masse or mujumedi or mubedi no or monfrencia. All twasono Oshia O place and Oshia asante kotoko circles. Na echere said the circles edimu eba kotoko support na. Nti obi be say ada na man fan circle for mpanyifo so because omo de omo ye recognized by manhia and edu see take decision kra wo kotokuma yetimi tu ensa de from mo so be kire omo adwene man fan fa ho na bia omo en lead an fan kwa fa mamo.
Okay, Jibo Bedati, I think that you're pushing this narrative into the public ama yes sir, that is the fact, but ordinarily, the circles can never stand anywhere and say they are the recognized body of Asante Kotoko supporters fan club, and that's a fan base. Yeah, and may verify fact based on the Fabu census in input. We are factually based. NCC couldn't even command less than 20% of the contributors and asset subscribers on the Fabu census. What you are saying? And you know, Oko Capse NCC recognized fan base based on what? At the moment, you see, I don't want us to go into that.
Based on one, and the assembly circles more. Currently, ever circles no issue aba. menshia and a handle. And I'm another one. When Opimso take a decision, the next step is a kotokono. Or invite circles. And not just say kotoko supporters school ahodo. My emphasis ewo menshia anyhow I menshia dealing with supporters. And I make us say because circles no access. A do time I ever see take a decision on kotoko. Your first circles, Emma circles ekwachiro margin no. E chese omudi mu menshia recognize omti adan na mon form ase mon form so because omo de omo kan edimu.
Jibo. So circles eka edimu. Let's even look at do I say advice and ask a suggestion the circles in conjunction with the Akopa and whoever Edima on how Kotoko should be run. No? Between you and I, do you think that is the best solution or the best suggestion that we can give? Stay near around the club. So,
advice or more mind one, but I remember some channel say, Omo dear, Kotoko do time see a take decision. I afraid omo. The most more kind, mo say ye dinyo magu akwam na Kotoko. Esi kwaso na ni dibre as team kese no ye hu se Kotoko ye team kese enti ye tie circle for de ka mo de fa ho a se nka be kontam o.
Oh, there be Jibo say you can say the circles for what circles doesn't represent us as the entire Kotoko fraternity. Let's get it clear. Circles almost represent you. Because circles look and even among themselves. I hear no making me mobilize on their own. Circles acquire one or two individuals, right? So that narrative, that is where I don't want us to be pushing that narrative. Of course, Yankoma Yedi, Chairman K5, Wabemu Pen, right? There was the last time about studio. Okay, I said he was part of a conference call that we had, and then we were pushing this discussion and other stuff. Such Chairman K5 is also a patron of the circle. What I say. But we don't want to go through that angle because they don't represent our cause. The word is they don't represent our cause. We are the entire global populace when it comes to Asante Kotoko supporting fan base. What I say. Yena you contributing much into the Fabu census. Yena when it comes to virtual seat and everything, if all is normal, when the club is in the right state, then you push it that course, you know. And at the moment, based on this strength now, we think, sir, and Kapotoko, and I say, let's take this decision now. It's NCC there. I think, sir, NCC as a body crown, they even have their own internal issues that they have to handle first before they can even talk of providing suggesting ways that Asante Kotoko should be run. It's almost important. I wish say yen fencing yen share the substance of the matter to say no.
Sir, and 1 year for you, me baby I may how you say. Mo the first one call. Man tewe second one aba. Ye nim de be kwa kosi ye twen de. Wo kwa na ofede wo fa Bible masem na ade ba ye say mo be pia. And e memfa ne say what receive say Fabu census. Fabu census no could do stay even though Kotoko supporters all over the world contribute to. But the management here with the National Circles Council. So what the mention city. Me person me chene say the be am asem be duru tamame aso asem because and some am raising there obi anim se Kotoko challenges eno no. But say the be am asem ni be duru tam na yaka ma asem mama mo no. Ada na mo engage wo mo na nka ehɔ no de akɔkwika mama me ba bi am asem no wo no.
Jibo you know the convention say assassin on say and come we ya sha be and right Makan earlier said we've had sessions and after discussions and not even Chairman K5 was part of that discussion with. And he has even been on your studio for like a couple of times. He has raised the issue, say, and part me, and I said, no, passing from credit in command. Not almost some angle was towards the structural development and other investment of the club. I mean, Chairman K5, as someone making, obeying my dad, your party make a say, yeah. So Chairman K5, maybe can say, Chairman, as so, only, and I said, what party for me in command to say. he will confirm what I'm saying. But the main pressure you don't focus is on narrative, no, and that is something that we say your drama is a narrative, but and sister, the circles as we speak, Jibo, read my lips, they don't represent Asante Kotoko fan cause. They don't represent us. What you say? And yet in Papemu and I say to Chibu, but the circles doesn't represent the entire Kotoko fan base, you know. At the moment, you know, Omo contribute to Omo adding value when it comes to Asante Kotoko fan base, you know. Circles ain't even 20%. Let's change from that course. No,
now, I'm saying, Massam na mekano unte masiye. So who tie the mekan ya me say. So we share by Kotoko Constitution and the structure of the club. On several occasions and recently, EBCA. Anytime Bia Opimso take a decision, the next step of Kumasi Asante Kotoko no, we involve the National Circles Council. Say ojo omutum sa Asante Kotoko bobo ko no supporters ni nyina no omuti ene wo mo se de be ya mo asemu beduru hu ne ye kan yi se mo se mo de ba akọ ye van se ne mu group mu hi asem kura sima menya sure se manhia beje so osobo by circles asem simi manhia te committee so mu wem ti se de be ya mo asem ne bedi mu no adan na mu engage wo mo na mo fo mo asem ne inform so no mo fa nkoto manhia nim
Jibo, I'm a winter ye. Because ye Chairman K5 flying your town common weapon. And Chairman K5 said he's a patron of the circle. What you say? You needed the sound common way, and he was even in agreement with the Yakano. What you say? But the thing is, we are not routing it through the NCC because the fact is the NCC doesn't represent the entire protocol fraternity. So it is there. The king is not being briefed on the right information. NCC doesn't represent the entire Asante Kotoko fan base. That is the fact. Okay, I say. At the moment, NCC, when we say now, Kotoko Constitution. When was the last time I Kotoko Constitution?
Michael, you kura no. Menu mienu yentimi change no say. When Otumfo Pemso ehia BB from Kotoko supporters fronta. The first point of contact Kotoko National Circles Council. And I'm a boy.
Yibo, so what you saw during I call it general meeting or whatever, right? What we were told was Otumfo Fred Ninanam. This was what we were told, right? Otumfo Fred Ninanam. Even though we some kind of the invitation I said Komono. I don't want to go into that course because I have stories to that. Otumfo Fred Ninanam. But of course the Damenya wa how do you call that man? Oh, the former old player, the former player, Kame.
George Kennedy, right. Thank you. So they stood up and then they spoke, right? But what we are saying is that if we want to go the right way, right? If we want to channel the right course, the NCC doesn't represent us. And if they're legally, they are a body. What you are saying? They are a body. But the activities of protocol support the NCC doesn't play any role in it. What you are saying? Because at the moment as we speak, we have other organized bodies or organized groups who even perform more and a bigger responsibilities than the NCC. That's why I was trying to move away from. Yes, I said I'm taking on the NCC because they are a body. They also have their shortfalls. But let's look at the protocol populace. What you are saying? The protocol fraternity. This is what we want. Okay.
So, Mekaka said, there are NCC for an opportunity. Dibo, let me put this question to you. This is and I said suggestion on the command was that the right suggestion?
I know the
No, Jibo, I'm putting a question to you. Was that
I know it depends on me and now what your opinion.
No, it doesn't. We are talking on how football is being run. You're running football, sir, right? Exactly. Yeah, and I'm even sure, Krasa, for 2-4 on running and same. How we should have answered, the way we should have run was based on the recommendations of the Professional League and Council Committee report.
But okay, say Abraham invited supporters group join on formal committee, no. I'm afraid any other supporters group apart from the circles.
And I'm a catcher say that narrative is something that has been pushed that it has never yielded positive results. It is other now. In the body of the communication, we were saying that you're practicing certain approach, and I say you're adopting certain approaches here over the past years. No, it hasn't helped. So this is the time we need to move. What do you have here? You cannot be doing the old things, the old ways, and be expecting new results.
Okay.
So this time there is a call, there is a cry call. So let's move from that approach.
Okay.
You get it?
Michael Ajimendia.
Let me say, Nana Kwame. As we speak, Nana Kwame Dankwa is even more concentrated on Okoro United than Asante Kotoko. So how can I say, Nana Kwame Dankwa? 2 or 3 days ago, I saw him promoting and championing Okoro. I think not even kind of Okoro census name. Whatever, like this is someone that, per your narration, he's an entity leader, right? But today he's standing somewhere pushing the cause of another football club. As our football club qualified for Premier, that club is going to be a competitor to my Ashanti Kodoko. So why should I route my issues through him? You get it? Chairman Jamenya, when was the last time you heard him talk about Kodoko issues?
And when America was say Uti, Michael Ajimendia. It is sometimes I say was him do baby. So what the mention as you. But I said the bear said ni besu no. Obu okra na na bia oni no kra no wantwantwi e wo montem. But because o person was him do ho no. Utimi de fa ho. The most important thing is e be so was him ni aka.
Yibo, let's move away from the circles issue, right? And let's tackle.
Michael, yeah, good suggestions. And I'm reason. Me sure say the na neti ne na no no. Yeah, kwa enimi ya no. Ye bom pa ye beti good news from suggestion. Mo dia kwa to e mention.
And ya this again ye plead the to open swimming.
Okay. Michael Ajimendia president edema Kotoko Ultras omunene omode krata omode mail akwa the chief of staff ewo menhia Owura Kofi Bedu omode omonsem aka ho yebedi akire ni ahwese de besi akwa Michael that's for your time.
That's Jibo me sa tia busiafo won I don't know who is there at the moment but
danger man wa ha danger man no so ote nka che
Kacha is saying, when duty calls, I was not responding, but the way you are not betting. Why?
Okay, Michael Ajimendia, that's it. You do see Chairman Edmonaka. Good evening. Bavo Chairman's watch out. The general manager of Samates.
Or my contribution and Cabedo.
My man has said,
because no, a basket can move and some of you papa. Edmonaka and Samates. Weekend or tough match.
I'm boy.
Mediama.
Samates.
Show.
Me only say Samates also.
Amati.
What is that Samates so more like almost supporters mobilization.
I think so. My figures in Papa one for Yabro, and you agro.
It's Mr.
Na contribution di ba.
Mr. No concentration. No component samates. Aka Mr. Sa we di nyara me power cho o de your samates. Your samates.
Kotokone da so no mo je.
E wonu mu ba
Kotoko you. And a circus no, it is Aka's baby. Aka.
Ẹwọ ni mo jẹ mo.
Ẹwọ ni mo jẹ mo.
Ẹna bẹbi ẹwọ duru no. Ẹyẹ kọtọkọ so na ẹdina duru no.
Ẹna ayan ni meji tum.
But eti asem ba kọtọkọ ma. Ẹfa ne bẹbi o.
Ẹka no sanko fo asem. Bo do no tituma. Manu you no.
O say.
Manu you no.
Akọ patron o.
Circus patron. Former national chairman. Circus no. And I'm making aka.
But for my chance and fruits, Ultras President Michael Ajimendua on a petition to the Office of Chief of Staff, Menshia. Mamintio.
You, first and foremost, Michael, I sure said he doesn't recognize the circles. And as on any group, no. It clear say, Omunfu say circles, no. Or can we say circles, no, doesn't pursue the Kotoko. A year omo no peno inte clear say omo no se pa some baby binom se circles no no do mo ko bata omo anaso omo do mo ko bo omo anaso omo no mo ko ye de en de ensida menya anka wo futo na ade ma omo na ko matie say a house divided against itself and that no circumstance whatsoever that house can stand. Why edintina make us because so omo nyina ko as a supporters front under one body or one umbrella, ebeboa dance yebenya sprinter groups. And they say okay, Ali Madonna mo you know, omukuro you know. The warrior, aye. So what I say. Enyina, but the circle still.
Omo ya somebody be fight circle.
Omo yeah, me catch them say na enya. Yes say groups been be identify omo why? Kuma pimini honomo ultras see so mo ho ni nyina wo ho but you appreciate that circus na ye papa penyina na say ye maame penyina na say ye nuanom penimfo just that ye no ye pursue a certain ideals be and a certain agenda be therefore ye pursue ye dey ho you can be independent and still a member of the group me ba chonye sa enti kamenya say omo di omo as a queen dey mini problem say omo ye ultra but omo for recognition ma circles no more accept say circles no is the mother body of the Kotoko supporters moving forward you know when to say the okan yi on betimi ni patrons na kasa on betimi ni penifo na kasa no maka chom say yes ye come ho by ade we dey person ye fa kwan so say ne ye because say ne okan no say Kotoko ne timuru a etena se no so person one ne madi nkomo ne nana no mudi nkomo no ofrefra onfra ultras onfre kumapem onfre hwanwani onfre hwanwani obefre Koto circles leadership no makọ represent mu nyina it doesn't that necessarily mean say we are ultra say we are kumapem say we are whichever group you cannot exist tina make us say you can exist in your own way operate independently and still be under the umbrella of the mother body which is the circles no enti be sere wo mo senya be ya omo be nya the needed because me sure say one of the reason why I probably and I'm just second guessing or assuming ebia menhia mu a wo mo and say probably menhia doesn't recognize any other person than them so probably menhia doesn't recognize any other person than them enti no than the circles no nti ba ne sa no a na akwa bibia ho no mo but head of sports me na raise issues be bra me ne ya adwen club ya Kumasi Asante Kotoko of today infrastructural investment eye ade bakon team ni hia pa ya kan infrastructure investment see nana ya ene ne board no they sought to do something whether it pleases somebody maybe say someone me say I spoke against it but it and you say bia na me feel say they could have taken a different path omo no mo ya de no so feel say they will take another path fine but they started something Dr. Keke support start BB something that you can build upon. Ebedu baby no. Yeah. Ene obi kan asem bi kire me. We kotoko ni o say ade be ni ya pan so beti se kotoko so fota bi e de kotoko kototo house ho. Because house maybe house eja kotoko esi no. House ko ja kotoko crack and onu kotoko ni no ya na odi hu yawo. Say omo what it takes. So for football club na fe no Kumasi Asante kotoko no a. E wo akadia ebetima ye bibia any proper football club bia ye wo Africa how the man other places in Nkan. But Africa had there any proper football club bia no kotoko sa no many nyina bia nso betima ye bi kotoko can own his own clubhouse, kotoko can own his own proper training complex, kotoko can own his own female team. A lot of things that kotoko can have. Which means say yes, where they say you are running a proper football club. And to say many other kotoko is in the mesa. I tend to agree with him. Yeah, say structural development, infrastructure no ho. And they want the structure as administrative structure cramp on kotoko dey at the same. And now for House of Folks is here. There's the board no ho. Whether somebody agree with them or not, there's a board. Officially, the new board will come into existence after Thursday. So, who we are, an MD, they want to go the way of an MD. Other club will have say almost CEO, and I say whatever we want to have it. Because club are on a structure because we more don't know operating and the kind of structure I would hear you. So now an MD, administrative staff no, accountant we be a Juma. Just pick it out to you, new IMC no abano. And go through and look at proper structure, even out to you. With all the difficulties, there's a proper structure. IT person, supporters and liaison officer, out to you. I just have it right in front of me. My own out to you. Uba kotokwa, nipa miensa, nipa nine. Uniano mienu. Head of sports union me no ataniata ataniata yogurt almost me misao say we ask him almost pa you are well versed in international football almost we ask him team Bena coach no eka management ho o so asem we ya kan nya na na e beka also said that this here me person issue the word absurd and I say bizarre but yet until the structure in terms of administration you know kotoko bro sanya ye so and it has to properly be laid down and to me they almost send me be ho mo kan me no mo ya adwene akwan na mo fa so no and na minim se eye kwan pa se nye kwan pa na se betima mo the required resource no mo pe no a me dia me yen training me ti asem no a kotie be kan me ba be kan it does not necessarily mean say I believe in it or I stand by it or whatever it is. And I think say ka ebeya say nebeya oma de nebenyam beye dupa no say can we still say Christopher Demenya is the chairman of the NCC? Can we say that? Say so no dia so he can work to mention because I mention recognize or know a bit more than let me put it that way. So, our friend normally say, Papa, your idea, if I come here, one for come the pressure. I think, say, first one, I call you, say, deliver no, physically, no. Senka, circus that the probably baby and by this and come at baby. Quebec say, I reject it, and I saw me a room, and I'm betting and keep baby. And I'm the second because in some of what can be I share with them, I agree with them. Fantastic. I say be asem no. Na say be be koku do sinanim ama wanyam waye na me de ha me say. That is the issue. Eno na ayi me twa Michael Ajimadua na adwene baso ba na wontie. Benim say omo a lot of concerns about the circles. Yes. But at this stage bibi besesa no ba for ansana bibi besesa no gise BBC so tere me chena say nti o de mama captain na owia meto ma asem no so don't worry Kabito. Yes sir mama nti way well Michael has said a lot he's made a lot of points most of them some of us we have been arguing on that
you're sad in our closet discussing the way forward of Asante Kotoko, how Kotoko should be run compared to the top clubs in Europe and how football is being run currently. Because one person be free set situation whereby it will be banned now 3 years. After 3 years, you now for ba na team no say oba or not person be chedo to be timaye. Because of obeso chedo be timaye ntino. That continuity no anyhow. Now on so ba be there because oba I don't know the day some much supporters no I believe say and there be a the honor team anya no oba be. So you na acquire say more of a political party be MPP, NDC, Ghana way of say yeah govern Ghana no. Kotoko more or less is becoming like that. It's the be I say it should have fakon be na say it's the number so if there are proper ways of running football, na football clubs have become successful na igna humbia. Na say also if you happen to be a Kotoko supporter, you want to bring that here. You want to bring that here to the power that be. Near say it me and so assume be near the every system my yeah. So nkamu some of the by name person of the petition is something in a right frame of mind. I believe say is good. But then about that Omaba in person, right? And Oman to the emails and before so. Sabo Suba and the Majapaye. A Hona Nambi fee said, now all try say, then Garden and Kamunian as a whole supported body. Ebianca circles. Nanka Otras no Shimbi. A whole embodiment of the Kotoko circles, no Kotoko supporters, Kuma PM, whatever. Nanka, even though it is coming from the Otras. But I want to believe that these people and someone working so we now say you bring up now on board they'll be singing the same song. Yeah, they will accept it because that has become the order of the day. It needs sana football no, it's been run. It's why not? But then Michael and his people think they say on their own way. Say it will take it 10 years crying and say very respond to Oma maybe that I command on betraying fine. But whatever been the case, circles obia every sprinter ibia babia group obia babia or no over to circles. And there's no doubt about that. You can never disrespect them. You see the point. Otu for himself, I want to believe the circles member because and I don't know Kotoko what do you call it? Kotoko census.
Fabu census. Otu for openly said Christopher Damenya, right? Christopher Damenya may register no. Okay. Now no number 1 to Kotoko yeah. Can say you on the not the Otu for the choir as on choir so more register no ever bishim. Christopher Damenya name was mentioned at that because Kotoko recognizes circles much more than all other sprinter bodies now. I feel no more I don't just say yet, but it's penny with fear. Bianca or TS advice no you are going forward or might some ever try to do that. I think it wouldn't be bad. Okay, but whatever been the case, I'm looking at the name of the buyer. Say Bona gave it to me. I don't know man at all whoever is there no reliefs no. You're talking about infrastructure development, right? It has become necessary. Say every football club that wants to be run professionally, you need such edifice. Sadly, man, it even has to folk, and the name number 4 can clear say Sokotokone has to folk supporter. It can also giwa. Has to folk supporter. Oh, we building Sabbath. I said this is for us. Even though about a huge cost, but it's just a matter of time. If you are seeing here, 2 years, it will get to a point, okay, and people will appreciate it. So I think it's good. Then you're talking about I want to be bulletin. Second one here. Good.
I do what you say. What I say? Oh, I like to say, I know they can't see. So, the person that's all yeah, you know, you're oh, when no, can't say, no, can't say, no, collapse of different sensors. The last time you spoke to,
I was a lack of infrastructure, collapse of Abu sensors and virtual seats, lack of permanent management structure, poor recruitment, bad performance on the part of the technical team.
You see, for this sensors here, I don't need a canvas. I don't want to try to chum or try to explain. Say, almost have started a launch also. Now they are still on it. I want to believe we say, it comes back to that continuity. I can want to mean. Now on Ponson's administration highlighting of big time. Emma, a better idea. Now we are going to support our room. Ebini, Herbert Mensa buy our day. Buy at that time no say membership drive obekaya that membership drive registration but mensa halatiano bia I remember at that time you come register because we are support and now free say you own the duty say so register now contribute to the club but the woman of mensa coin the money the buy and to assume and membership drive no tonsum so we there I want to believe say senka if that it comes back good way now that call almost third mokano say permanent management no what I say management no that is why me obi to say sometimes you canvas say Kotoko administrator it should be there permanently. It shouldn't be part of the management that comes in.
It depends on your work.
What I say I'm talking about Kotoko administrator. I'm not talking about a particular person. Whoever is Kotoko administrator now, you employ as Kotoko administrator. Over serve as an institutional memory. Of course, that's what but that position should be there permanently. Whoever is there. So when we fire you, we hire another person, but it shouldn't be given to management ever. Zakuto management never. Don't family
management never know when to name.
No, and when the club was at the next, I want to because of the Najima. Hey, what did I say? A club, no.
That's a man. As a structure, many a team na mama. Timmy, a demami, Yamami Scow. Yes, me from Sikame.
And you don't come at all. Hey, yeah, you don't come at all. Say one. Maybe anyone at that time was over Kotoko. Well, at any point, there will be a lot of people who want to do Kotoko. It is a say I can do 2 for Io, almost Io. What's when you want to Kotoko among? That's why Banner or 2 for say media administrator there. I want my administrator to be there. What I say? Pierre Corobes will be about my administrator there because of us all serve as institutional memory. No, Oba and never clearly you take you through and you go. So if such thing you don't necessarily need a permanent management, but maybe a management will last for some time. Maybe for a management that can go, for example, if now supporters feel to say Herbert Men's administration was doing well, if supporters feel that another administration was doing well, the more maybe a more moment to have been so between 5 years, 6 years, up to the 10 years, so much more, a sonia, why not? Okay. I inquire the other say. You heard 2 years or 10 years piano. No more for crusade. We're going to get you out. Message
in Mensaka. Why? It was a baby. No,
on one point, and church. The first Drew baby. No, the circle question now. Second question now, second question now, Otoma Michael Diano, Emma no echo off track a cra. And I say the thing said the main issue your mohao wasn't dealt with properly. So that is the things that the back and forth with the circle, Emma no Lucy sat the crown. The main issue are the things that it was not properly addressed well. To their satisfaction, Nanka, oh man, Crabia, Nanka.
Say me point no, o man tini Zach. Yede kotokono, kakra yi nimu ho no. Eno ne ba ye beka. Kakra bi na yi ne ne beka. Say wanya opportunity, I get you closer to Kotoko issues, especially when it comes to key decisions making. It depends on say do be see a time no but ena yeti hey say Kobasa opem so take another decision on Asante Kotoko. May kan wa ha amobi ate say obesa first cycle for.
No say that the based on
so what the mention say. But adebu wa ebia wo zakito mimi no mienu say de obi hu no nya sa na ehu no. Eti yemfa ne say ebia Kotoko Ultras Kotoko Global other supporters group who say circles ne nya omadwuma. At the end of the day, the circles that didn't take decisions for Kotoko. But more taking decision, ma Kotoko no recognize the circles. And they hire tea. Say circles do masem come and share, Ultras do masem come and share. Your best circles di nim. Eja Ultras di no ho. But uti echira, usu betimi afa kwan bi so. Ama wa asem na wo pese wo kan edimu. E wa bra do wa asem ko efa circle for so. Eti yemfa ne se Kotoko Global na Kotoko Ultra. Omo share the circle leadership. Omo de nsemi ato omo nim. Ye pese ye nyina e ka bom. Ne yekoye presentation. Edema ebia the chief of staff. Me ye show so work Kofi Bedu. Say obi say Christopher Damenya. E place e call. Anaso de fa ne secretary kwame so. Say Kotoko supporters. Ye pese e be share ne anu di nkomo be ka se da bi. Omo duru wa chairman ni Ultras ni Kotoko Global ni other supporters group ni ye pesi e din komo ni nyina ye hwe kwan e be fa so abo Kotoko team no eti ehwo no mu nyina mo ye mo presentation wi a zakito se obi ya bebo ni din obi ya be kire ba bi ofri ba eti ehwo no beti asana ju se se Kotoko no kra ye wo support other supporters group bi a omo contribution ase ya underrate o enu se omo nso ma ase na se kana pebu wi amama na mo so ma ase mo ka edimu ehwo na me twe Michael Ajimadu a adwene koso no because minim other supporters groups are omo do omo petition akomenhia but do time I take a decision on Kumasi Asante Kotoko na say Kufu gina ho
no say
recently Prince Oseje kum group yi kuma pemom de bi koyi apim so take a decision na say na kuma pemfo nyina ho na NCC chairman gina ho nti bibi betimi asi ama bibi asesa so what the mention say
no say the club no based on its formation, its registration and how owner no the owner of the team, yes sir, I team no on any day the supporters group that is officially recognized by Mensia the circus anuna eye oko even ya register say Kotoko supporters dey ekua omu leaders in terms of omu circus in terms ibia no makoto so aba leadership of that circus no enti based on how you recognize those circles no there's no way and you be nhemu dia bi wo menhia I for Kotoko ho be any other group member bia da bi they will call circles but you see there are other groups senana Michael Adminde SHNSM there are other groups that are Kotoko supporters are belonging to circles and no cronium member those who are not even second members no not second members
when they say we here you
understand
yeah
it's no we there the movie say omodie yes me support of Kotoko I don't need to be a second member before I support my club omo do also say those who have joined the circles no eti sometimes yes otie Mike mo so be am free but they think say omo so dom
no dey obia no mu nyati
say me ba ho they think say omo dom and they also think say their contribution to the club no financially
yes especially to say virtual seat reason why a virtual seat ain't mean function say to say there can you know this one person be kind of correct about 80% of Zika neighbor no if you got supporters or more man on about 80% nti Zagito o masemo mo kan nyina no me form so but say be ya asem ne ye be so mu no I want be a problem
I see now just a minute na be where the contribution be but MCH say obamu as a call nti me na agree say
the contribution me no dey ba
no bit much mu ya since na me canon honestly, but they all kind of sound good in my ears.
So
it sound so good in my ears.
Mati.
Sorry.
Now you see, Jibo, CCIT I say, make I Bafo have been in the headlines back. Oh, I see there's no circus.
Yeah.
Maybe Bafo have told us based on what they said. And say, I say I feel be a review. Mentino, today the circus is Yanka. Now, circle no, oh show ma, why no go now we example. Now come in and you support us go boo every man as why I said the
enye about personal attacks no one.
I'm betting
na because baby o tina me jaya no ti ye nyina baby e pese kan say enyo me ya kotoko ultras e de egu krata so ya ye nyina ebi da ya nima ye kan so o tina me kina say e ya asema e se ye bo wo mo na asem no ko duru baby e se duru na pefo hwe it is not about personal attacks. Baby asem no se de be asem no betimi akoduru na mpanyifo asom eno ne baby e eti enyi asoma Zakito ba for wu ahwan emfrim. That is not what we are discussing.
Nobody is doing personal attack. Me say
forget na come your work o na ayi we o wa ha. Yes,
I'm talking about circle. Mpacho na kwa won advise me circle na
asema ye kan Zakito.
No, we can't take it out. That is the portfolio.
Zakito
na kwa me
is a maybe say a question. Abra opemso efra mpanyifo eno ma take decision on kotoko no o ma na abo no mu nyina ho ade no mu ntimo mo eti asema besa ka say take personal names and hwan ni nyina outside tete susubribi hwan is no important
man come as me that is where people men come attack obi am say
it doesn't come
the circles is not function.
It's not function. But somebody finance committee amurhim.
As well get it yes
mo ba chonya bo test. Not
function.
Circle na function because men share form committee. Kotoko trust here ni. Meba Kotoko trust ho ni. Say the problem be asima. Men share better committee.
Meba cho ya to committee if who are the next committee e just men yeduma.
Eno so chese. Men shall recognize the circles.
Nobody has said anything different from what you are saying. So, men shall recognize. But what I'm saying is that now they are there by name. They are not working.
Sana who no?
I know. When is the last time you see them working?
I don't take out to consema see.
And yet, this is what we are talking about today. And net, you say. When was the last time you saw
circles? Oh,
you must be okay.
You too for a tear.
You are make a different. You are talking about how almost it don't work. And I'm saying, as a man, the team will say today, nobody can tell me circle for the past 2 months have worked. They are not working. They are not working.
Team as making. A high tea and I make us as a way. Oh, Chemago Bonzaki 5. Oh, Chairman Benazil, the current chairman of the NCC, Ora Christopher Damenya. Omo comment she has be a promo morale.
Oh, and they say
whether say go ejina who ye dey you mentia recognize the circles. That is the most important thing. No mun sem no dey go krata so no entimi ko to chief of staff anim ye eti sa person you know dey bem say and we na we na work say go no
na started my submission e be no follow me starting with how mentia recognizes the LCC. That's why I started. Their importance. I make say and say nobody will call other members. They will call the NCC. So I started my submission on how important the NCC is to Mensia. But I can't do one-sided submission.
The other side is
I have to also let the public know say circles now Mensia recognize they are dormant. For the answer is a fact. For the past 2 months, they are not working.
Omonya dormant to mention.
And the different
assembly can ekofa ba ye kan ho asem nyina ne say. Kotoko ultras and the dekrata kwa akoma mention. Omo recognize omo as team owners. Omo se nye bredi kan ni. Em se ba fam se dey toss me no ana me nsa. Na mbuso omo say first one omunya response bi say there be second one also omo de onya bible mu asem no be ko tu ye so mo don be ko so ya ade no so team no kwa na ekofam team no kwa na ekofam no kura da ho no so tere me chena say eti kwa be na e be fa so a ultra senior other kotoko supporters group at least omo wonyoma bi a wa wo tena se na wo kan mo say ade we die ebi anketimi ko duru panyifo anim ye ne yetena so a yebetimi ba akom yenu miensa bi a ebetimi abo akotoko eho na esa asem ne wo asem no ebe de na manhia so asem no ma asem no motimi ahwa miatimi di bia ye adwuma
masam no de koye no
it's simple as that ga wana me
common response by now
so tell me chana say
we are making look like say circus no over the years have like asem your makabia no it has worked.
Let me tell you something.
No, we
are making it like don't we might have problems with the structure of the club and how the club works. But don't underrate circles influence when it comes to decision taking.
Nobody has underrated it.
Don't ever underrate it.
Nobody has underrated it. But I'm omoko make a suggestion. What they say, when they have, you see, you ask my again, say, this is a group that I've shown, say, they have, like, relevance, what they should be doing to the club now. When they had the opportunity to make meaningful contributions away from the club. I'm some basically.
And you be the same performance and your papa.
But what I'm saying is that they're showing for the past year, said, adia their relevance adia ko bet me ya bo mo kotoko etu mpon no o yes o metu ye
nyina ye nokure za ko asema aka nyina obi aka se nya nokuru ba asem na ye gina so na ye kan sa nyoma we mmam trotire me kire no asem na ye kan sesei no so mo ye relevant to so mo bo ho amudwumadi o mu die so ani enso ani o mmam ekwan a ensem kama ya o matwei amode akono said ye beya panyifo besom na yetim dia ye adwuma e ho asem no ba uti omo a omo say ba be say uko senior ho ate sem ya so be say senior pa pa no so ma say
omo say some of the patrons and we so omo no obi say chama K5 say omo no fine pa uti a omo no din komo pa enti at least some senior figures of the patrons circles no one or two do omo din komo because they think say omo there they are able to and omo level na omo ntiase no and they feel say you see you some of the leading figures of the circus no have shown say there are no people who can rely on such matters eti me there say me say bejo masem na tumo say omo njo masem na tumo and say na person marriage no yes very good points marriage going forward yes my football club the way we are running football no and how we are running kotoko no it deviates from the normal way of running football see kotoko anything in the mu we should put proper structures in place and then nipa for no bo hwe mo hu bia for na say ya dey o ma say you dey see me aso munzem no o hwe mo hu bia because there is no proper structure in how we say upo ya bokoyo na kotoko ba ko ni ba 10 ejuma eti ye di tum say e so kotoko no ye see ye ni infrastructure last week senior super na me so no video bi na kotoko bo kemfesa me pa cha mo video mo fa video ntu skills obi ahwe bi kotoko supporter wo ba hu be su kotoko training senior wula pa etwa eyinesia no just imagine say abobi ko ka play bi a enya problem yo me pa cha mo video no fa ntu skills so drama na
Over Raminti way.
FIFA for ba mbe japa
I say Samson Kablan Mokaina Sampon Kablan sorry also no is it FIFA coordinator or something na has J Champions League no on the FIFA for yi ni say on me survey has team no how our team is team that has be call World Club Championship no also do has team ga say but then what in park Champions League as no aje
you won the Champions League getting on this pitch
as no aje over Raminti o
enkomo na eda ho na ede pa na enkomo no ewo aponi apo bebre na se ese aponi nyina no ote ase ansa na enkomo na sipi de di kan ye nsema outress no omatworo de tosu mienu ye se nsem no mpanifo besom amatimi aye adwuma ti de na jibo wo kan ye se eku a eba asante koro konsihye mu a yaje omatumu a omugina supporters na nemu omuka asemu a edimu nyese omo maka na asem ndimu edimu na mpanifo so mu ntem no circles eno nkyere se asem na all stress natural no enya asem papa but the point is si ebeji ade na tum ame atimi aye adwuma ntem no ye wo kwan bi a wo de faso a ekontem che kwan bi ensa kwan ne circles ne kwan upo unless you don't know asante concept because the decision to accept the circles is as a result of impemfo atnase ehun say management bi ebebe bia no yenya ekuo bi esore eta o machi enti agije sa akuo ni nyina atumu a most of the time sa management ne kope na sa akuo no ababeda ne ekuo a enta akotko na chi biem but esore atia the next eye asante kotko management ebeba sa akuo no kra ne sa nsore entia na agu enti therefore let's accept the circles enti na my say circles no aso mu no for a very long time o ma gina mu a survive enti because at the point na
ekobu okra opeso ugu na peso sana je so kodwan bi yes awanya enyi
I'll come to it etu sha meka ali madona na no so warrior sen na warrior so later energy mu group na no say den energy mu so group faithful so we've been through these systems ya go through periods like this enti se o pese wa asem ni dimu a yes circles whether o mu jiro mo na so mu their standard their strength will be discussed another day but se o pese nko a wo yekuo na wo sori ya timi be through circles level no dia it will take you so many years to achieve that enti me ase we maka the new guys should embrace the circles and force the radical changes out person cause for circles I see a tikrumai nipa bebre were a lot of issues with the delegate system across for political parties ba upo one you use omo
wa onye delegate 7 December ni suduru abeto aba
enti o be say osisa wa omo na be kwa yi nipa ne de abrew
tena me ka say upo enti na ade bi wo ho a o be say osisa no ana ebi be say ogu no ji so kodwen ne
enti se o person na osu koye bi na ne e o kwa o pa o njiska no ato ama nipa na o ji so obetimi aye adwuma so what you say ba wa nya ne saade a de bi omo are ba koyi abantubo se MP no pe ne pa be ba no
because said the kotoko global for ne what transfer no omo ni esi eden no so omo ba circle no sesi a e be sesan o de o me sesan sesi e
omo win positions no
afo bo so omo no mo kama se tie
bon wana nipa no e national president NCC national when be ba so de bi asante video no awda no ebia we will take you over you can therefore decide say you introduce the social media guys no ajeje omu nyina afra but yes kwan na circles and have survived decades so they have a nice plan I was going through in some omoka about this so be ka say same way there yembongu because kotoko enya permanent structures esuro ne betimi asa and the permanent structures will come with a transfer policy. It will come with the total club policy for the short term, the medium term, and the long term. Some your money but how can this issue so many treated you can contribute And to show the management level, time and na upon some also no. Na omo contribution na ade ampanifo som. Mpanifo gitum. But eno ye the management level. And to kai time na Lord Opoku nti wo ha. Na Warriors ana Arima Adona down no. Na management ni gitum, but na Faithfuls ni techiri e wa another side. Faithfuls was Dr. KK upon time. Sa na tie but say bakwa koduru efficacy menshi ahono de e through the circles. The man me betimi awok wa o betimi ma recognition bi a wo deserve but those radical changes, institutional changes through the circles. So they have to be part. Or they will find ways of getting the leaders of the circles to be part of this petition. It will work through a petition, no one finding ways abenya damenya ba be ka ho.
Give us a will be
actually. Na mu nyina ma carbon no ma tworo na bia ma pedakro na ma ye no we krenye email asem you take it there personally physical presentation so physical nya baby ani ni mari o ya o baby e duru ayi odi enim no. So I don't have an issue with your mom raising. For instance, infrastructure. I mean, it's obvious.
Kotoko zero.
They were talking about fabu sensors and virtual seat. Now me calculation be.
And as you go with the fabu sensors no. Over so deactivate here. Omo ye film. 20 million
I can't really tell. But what Musa?
Sir, I insist with me you won't film.
As I say, it's a virtual seat, you know. It was one of the best ideas you who a football system.
Yeah.
Abrofo ne ye. WWE you know me bi. COVID ne ba no. No me inviting go from bar now. To bon so my sam LED yi bi. Na go 40 fie no mo de da so. Keten am say virtual seats. Got go ntimi nye sa type ni bi. But the stadium was empty. Ti asem ne yetiawa. We ye kotkochi 10. E Kauba stadium a obetua 10 cities. O de wa ampa. Momo number no fatum na ye ne tesese ne wo bae and because of how transparent and policy ne any send your ultimate tafo ne hu ohun hia e be hia omo people were contributing there was a virtual seat no wie no anya 10,000 Ghana cedis let me to fu o ma club no in the next away trip it's a month no about 2 home matches and 3 and now 2 away matches are 2 home 2 away virtual seat make me ma fu for every and your next away game bia.
Okay.
Now fabu sensors na eba month no. And club can pay the winning bonus of the players. Etika club no overspending because you crew man a sponsorship gates. Sponsorship no kwana papa na say. League na nkase mo sponsorship gina say. Into a gate. Club ha Ghanaian team send a store. No aka say o ko akoto kotokocha na akotoko cap na contribute bibi to the club. Ebi ni ho. So sa idea we na ya dia nipa no de buy na foundation in the next 10 years I think can grow to a different level eba the backbone in terms of the financial drive of the club into be raising issues ade no come from yem page mu a ya dia untimi ni ndi ho achinye yeah perfect yanka kotoko permanent management tell boy no na kadi
yeah
what be sua ade okotoko you can't take that thing away obesua ade okotoko I think almost twice or 3 times. And Edmona can wait. Or a general manager, Samates. Samates is benefiting from errors obey and definitely obey a Jumo baby. You make errors, obey from so. But you learn on the job. Into the end, our relationship, our building, because what venue we know building relationship. Who the way in beating clubs and a honor man the groundwork in Nano. A brasso ya got the platform I invest in Nipamuno or the cost matters. And then I'm a canon Aquame. Was your Buo Kotoko or the Bakobe Wufro? Savuduku now is with future stars. Or air Kotoko lawyer. We are Kotoko lawyer, he was the communication director. Into no Dukotkoechi Namha was your BB, one mingle with the football people, and then or the future stars. Dr. KK Sapon, or call as a camp. Dr. Kwamichi Nations. Kennedy Bayer Kotoko PRP, and all the co nations, one of your branch manager. And to shame Wabo say, Kotoko at some level of administrators. At the end of the day, no, and I'm the 3-year policy, Nipanaba and Apamono, a clown for front a disorder. And to be calling for permanent structures. Nipano Baba for floor, infant say a foul. Your man bear 10 years or Sorano Pan a Jumo Nims or a Kotoko Juma, or a lawyer to the Kotoko brand. Or young from Swa, you be punishing. wanya na adwuma yi a na yɛpam no ɛnyɛ management we aba na ɔkɔ so nipa ne only loyalty to Kotoko.
Okay.
Not personalities.
Okay.
Ɛnyɛ afei no waba bɛyɛ transaction because Kotoko nti ebi obi abɛyɛ branch manager ɔne ebi a jibo boutique I establish a partnership and ɔsign no ɔno true ɔno no ne establish a partnership no jibo time so yɛ sponsorship na egu but imagine saying ka wote hɔ a ka wobɛpɛ bebree aba abɛka ho na benefit Kotoko permanent management structures perfect recruitment okay say chief of staff ka say Kotoko transfer ban it was as a result of Libyan Cancer Committee because almost share Kotoko sika almost spending on recruitment nay huge say list of names any sika sisa hono ebi kura ba omo be flop so they in fact transfer ban into Kotoko so about 60% of Kotoko's expenditure transfer yen fan ko say youth team no near man be 3 years you benya players a free ho what happened to that policy and do na answer so there's no recruitment policy it is based on see wa obeba and I will decide the policy at be adwuma into obi kika sansen we nyina bom no kasa nyoma ansesa Kotoko poor performance on the field and the dreams now CAF champions confederations cup quarter final a Honda ka first na Kotoko nya confederation no okobo champions league and wako group stage na anya year no aba be fa can say confederation ne sa it is season na has no Kotoko confederation no they were both playing in the champions league and you knock them out and omo mienu nyina no ebe ball knockout stage ni winning ye on the first now about knockout and you do be a two group for different group and Kotoko ne has to top it because that time no more the champions league energy into a maba they say champions league team about Europa League about the chief form so into that was the Kotoko and has standard na champions league to mobile Kotoko top the group has top the group no come final and then se Kotoko the group stage of confederations cup you say that's how standard na drop it so performance of the field increase here these are legitimate points but they have to build themselves by joining the right way which is the circles.
Medase senior Shamo
Minia
Ewi aboko de
Awurade adom
okay
ayi na meguso a
Dion
apa chade afi de mabre apenda
senior Shamo ni nua da fom nyame yad ma me de bai na ayi ne baso ewo agona mampon
agona okay
nsuta kuna ne agona matwam jamase mampo nkumi
na watch anu no ayi na se o
na yi ofa amachi dede
bebo dey recording
see ya me je
you see me ba ma betina chire kakra ensema mo kan nyina legitimate points but you see se want me amfa kwan a ese se ofa so anka wasema enu mpanifo anim ye behu so ne yehu because we a wo ka asem ebia the recognition no ye nyamfa ma wo se ese se wo na wo raise those points ense mo kan nyina eye ne enka ya de o ni afa no mbeka che obi se sa de man nyina ye ne ma Kotoko nim dada but my
yeah
and I obeka wo se oh Kotoko ade ehia we yese ye betima yese ensem nyina wo gitum meme gitum obade gitum are awu gitum zakito oditum sesa ne man nyina hia but you don't just baby ayen ka se ko I say yete aye nye mrahye badwafoi say ye nimnya nsem bi nim asem bia sese ye pese ekọ panifo anima agise ye koka che parliamentarian ono ne yetu de say onko kan asem mai I don't think say asem am kan genu di obi adwen ye no eye but then
obi adwe fa
the client call na mo ye it say omo kan hu bom enya one solid front me for say aluso betimi aboa o because meme wa kwa no sa unity nko ni wa ya in time wa say at Manchester United mo na one solid on one front no mako kan masem emra mo se glazers on person mo sham penifo ba ko na ko ye one group na ko e na ko ka wasem say yesu ba yi ami ati say heaven ni nyina e nyina say etimi ko bi but o say mene no kure mene ekwan no kure ne nkwa
obi nkwa
ja no was wa channel no
yeah
kotoko channel no dey. That is what I think the more you ponder over. You may have all that the epitomize, you can epitomize wisdom. It will trim